Lesson 5, fractional parts. So a fraction has a numerator and a denominator. So we're going to do an example, 1/4. The 1 is called the numerator, and the 4 would be called the denominator. The numerator consists of the number of parts described, and the denominator is the number of equal parts. So the 1/4 means that we're talking about one part when we divide the whole into 4 pieces. So the word of usually means multiply. So occasionally you will hear me say, what does the word of usually mean? And you will say multiply. And then that will help you a lot of times to solve your problems. When you are reading a problem and it has the word of between two numbers, you'll know that that means to multiply, usually. So for example, here's what one would look like. If your problem said 3/4 of 32. In this case, of means multiply, so we would do 3/4 times, and we just write 32 over 1. We can cancel. We can divide 32 by 4 and get 8. We can divide 4 by 4 and get 1. So the answer is 3 times 8, or 24. Here's another example. If you have 5/6 of a foot, how many inches do you have? So we're doing 5/6 of, which means times, a foot. And we want to write our foot in terms of inches so that we can figure out how many inches we have. So 1 foot equals 12 inches. So we could do 5/6 times 12 divided by 1. We can cancel. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 5 times 2 is 10 inches. So the answer would be 10 inches. We can compare fractions by comparing to 1/2. So the first one is compare the fraction you're looking at to 1/2. So I'm going to give you an example where we're going to order 3 fractions, and each one we're going to compare to 1/2 first. So we're asked to order 3/6, 3/5, and 3/8 from least to greatest. Okay, so we're going to compare each of these to 1/2. 3/6 equals 1/2. 3/5, if you just think about what is half of 5, it's 2.5. So 3/5 is going to be greater than 1/2. And 3/8, half of 8 is 4, so 3/8 is going to be less than 1/2. So 3/8 is going to be smaller than the one that equals 1/2. It's going to be right in the middle, and 3/5 will be the biggest. So we'll have 3/8, then 3/6, then 3/5. And that would have those 3 fractions in order least to greatest. You can also, if you're comparing fractions, you could also get a common denominator and compare the numerators. So if we got a common denominator here, 6, 5, and 8, oh, I don't even know what denominator you would use. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 56, 63. You'd have to go a while. How about we not do this example for common denominator? But you could get a common denominator and then compare the numerators. The third one is if all the numerators are the same. So kind of in our example. If all numerators are equal, the smaller denominator equals the bigger piece. So for example, if we had, I don't know, like a pizza or something, if we divided it into fifths, one of those pieces is going to be bigger than if we divide it into eighths. Okay, so if you think about, you know, a pizza, if you divide it into 8 pieces, and you have another one, you divide it into 5. The one divided into 5 is going to be bigger. So if all the numerators are the same, the smaller denominator is going to be bigger. So you just kind of order them, biggest denominator to least. That's the end of the lesson.